Woody Allen said, "I'm not afraid of death, I just don't want to be there when it happens." I've titled this Life Expectancy because we all sort of face what we know to be true. Nothing is certain except death and taxes, and the government can even go back 10 years and decide to change how they're treating your taxes. So we know the certainty of death. Some people say, "I don't want to know when I'm going to die." Other people say, "I would like to have plenty of notice so I can make planning." Life expectancy is important in evidence when we put it in front of a jury. When the fortune teller says to you, "Hand me your hand, let me see how long you're going to live," I'm sure now very few people would take that seriously, but in the past they used to look down at their hand, and I guess invariably the fortune teller would look at that line and say, "Oh, you're going to have a long life." That way people would come back again and again to have their fortunes retold. Nobody wants to hear a bad fortune. Life expectancy. In evidence, when I'm putting on a case, part of what we introduce is what is called life expectancy. We may not know for certain how long a person's going to live. We may not know how long we're going to live, but the Virginia Code says that a person is going to live a certain period of time. And so this blog is about how evidence is introduced. Physically, we introduce the life expectancy table into evidence, and the jury is instructed on how long a man will live according to the law, how long a lady will live, and in fact, ladies are deemed to live longer than men. And so jurors get to consider when they're thinking of permanency, or they're thinking of medical bills, or they're thinking of future medications, they're allowed to take into consideration how long will a person live. So if you're sitting on a jury, you're going to hear evidence. If there's a permanent injury or future medical expenses, you're going to hear evidence that this is how long you are to consider for this medical or this permanent condition. The Virginia Code says, for the consideration of your verdict, this is what you should be to consider as life expectancy.